วัสดีค่ะโอเคถ้าเป็นวิดีโอโอเคไหมครับขอบคุณค่ะสวัสดีค่ะ
过几秒。
爸爸接这整啊！
到有不那么暖呀？
干什么嘞？这不我不让妈还。
来钓鱼的话，
我是说你这个。说这个你大家老我打的怎么样？
ใช่ค่ะ
เจ็บเป็นว่าเจ็บเป็น
See, they're lining the canal with cement. เก่งมากเนาะ
那他妈是这要不是大家，妈妈大了，那年里，大家。
Hey, how's it going? Time for another water walk. Beautiful day, gorgeous.
Best water in the world. Okay. Cheers. Okay, yes. Oh, forgot. So, you know, I don't often have this on the video, just because, but I always give my thanks for the water coming out of the earth, you know. I've always done it. Anyway, just what it is, right? How could you not? Anyway, back in a sec. Okay, off we go. How's it going out there? Things are great here. Well, you know, December, January, February. There's nothing better than being up here in the mountains, I'll tell you. Nothing better. My goodness. I just listen to those birds, eh? And see, it's interesting that, you know, I don't know a lot of the birds and stuff here. Some, but it's hard for me to learn about them because I can't bloody well see them. Except for the few that hang around the house. And I have a book on birds, of Thai birds, you know. But what I need is a great pair of binoculars and just look up at the canopy. That's where they all exist, you know. I can hear them all around. But there's definitely certain birds that come out, and the thing is that I think depends on the time of year. Like, there's birds that come through on migration, you know. So all the birds now are south, I suppose, and pretty soon they'll start to, well, not that soon, but pretty soon they'll start to head north, and then there'll, I think, be more variety here. This is my take on it. Not being a bird expert, and certainly not a bird expert in tropical zones, you know. Not a bird expert in even temperate zones, but anyway. Yeah, so at some point soon, we'll probably have more birds, but it feels like there's more birds now than there were, say, I don't know, a few weeks ago even. Yeah. Anyways, you can see it's just sun, cool, beautiful temperatures. Perfect. Yeah. Anyway, so what are the current goings on? So this second half is always like current news, and there's always something bloody going on these days. Now Canada is really, after all this time of, like, I have a number of Canadian friends who have been right from the beginnings pushed back against the draconian stuff. And Canada's been one of the main countries that have been the worst, if you want to put it that way. Do you know what I mean? Like Australia, Canada, UK is less so, but in the realm, I suppose, and to some degree the States. But the nice thing about the States is that they're states, right? They're almost like little countries. So some states go, yeah, I don't think so. You know, go to hell. You know, Florida and Texas are the obvious ones, but I suppose there's others. Like, I think Tennessee might be being pretty sensible. And anyway, Thailand's, you know, I'm not saying it's been a perfect response, but it's been at least fairly sane, you know. Nothing like Canada, Australia, New Zealand. Jeez. Anyway. But right now in Canada, though, there's like all these trucks driving to Ottawa. And some are coming across the border from the States too. And they're protesting the mandates because they have to be double V'd to cross the border into Canada. You know. And you know, it's probably one of the most busy borders on the planet for shipping goods back and forth, you know. Anyway, so they're all going there. And as far as I can tell, they're like, oh, these guys are going to be some of the ones that go, okay, some people stepped up. These are going to be seen as heroes in the long term, or even short term. But at the same time, I have these friends from, Jesus, Toronto mostly. I don't know what that's about. Saying, oh, they're all white supremacists. I'm like, really? That's a hell of a lot of white supremacists. And they all own trucks. Isn't that something? Anyway. I guess all the millions of people supporting them must be white supremacists too, you know. Jesus, Murphy, it's ridiculous. Anyway, so one friend was saying, going on and on about it, but then, you know, her comrades, and I suppose, were saying, oh, you know, all the anti-vaxxers are all extreme right-wing activists, sort of thing, you know. I'm like, really? I don't know anyone pushing back against the mandates and all that fall into that category. I'm sure, of course, there's some because we're a diverse group of people, you know, in thinking, right? But everyone I know that are seeing the insanity of Canada's response and other countries are like the opposite. Do you know what I mean? They're all open-minded, seeing clearly, care for others, right? That's what's going on, from what I can see. Basically, it ends up being a situation of just let a person do what they want to do with their own body, right? And there's some heavy ironies in that, you know. Anyway, so it's quite something to watch. And Canada's, of course, lagging behind. The UK and Ireland are both going, okay, enough's enough, and this looks like they're going to give up on all the mandates and, you know, forced fees and all that crap, you know. So we'll see whether that turns around, but so far so good. Canada's going to, like usually Canada's behind the rest of the world, you know, so might be, who knows how long it's going to take them to catch up. Oh, here's this tree. Look at that. Where are we? There we go. Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see, eh? Pretty... It's funny to feel proud of your country and ashamed at the same time. It's a confusing feeling. This is worse. Oop. My shoelace is untied. Hang on. Okay, we're still going. Okay, I can tie... Ooh! Don't want to fall backwards here. Yeah. I guess Singapore... Well, it's funny how these British colony places are just like... What the hell's wrong? They're all like nuts. Singapore's another place. Anyway, it's always been like a police state, I guess, anyway, but whatever. But, not that I know much about Singapore, I just have a really good Singaporean friend. You know. Who watches these videos. Thank you. Anyway, so, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, great talk with Brian Peckford with Jordan Peterson came out yesterday, and it's really interesting because there was no editing. It's really great. Actually, it was a really interesting thing to watch on that level alone. Do you know what I mean? It was really... There's not one edit in it. It's just like right from the beginning and chatting how they should set it up and everything. It's fantastic. I love that. That's like what I do with mine, right? But I'm not doing it for any sort of artistic purposes. I'm just too like, oh, I got other things to do than edit videos, so I just throw the whole damn thing up. But end result's the same, I suppose. Yeah, it's a great... Well, because Brian Peckford, former Premier of Newfoundland, also, it sounded like he's the last living person that wrote the Canadian Constitution. I think that's what they said. Anyway, whatever. He was part of the bunch that wrote up the Constitution back in the 80s. Which is 40 years ago. Anyway. So he's taken the Canadian government to court for violation of the Constitution over all this crap. And that's great. Great. And he's a wonderful... He's great, man. He's so clear speaking and... Like, there's a politician for you. Like, where are the politicians like Brian Peckford and... Who else is great? Oh, Robert Stanfield was another one. I didn't know much about him. I was too young, but everything I hear about him post... You know, he was an opposition leader in Canada, but everyone that I hear about him is that he's a really honorable person, you know. So, not like Trudeau. There's no honor in that guy at all, I'd say. At all. Anyway, yeah, so Brian Peckford and the truckers and, yeah. It's something. I mean, I don't know what to say about these friends. I guess they're not really friends. I mean, people I know, I guess at this stage, we were friends. Lost a lot of friends this year. Facebook friends, anyway. But real friends too, actually. There's definitely some people that I would consider a good friend that are just like gone now. So as soon as someone tells me what I should do with my own body, that's it for me, right? Not with the history I've had, you know? It's like, yeah, you want to tell me what drugs I should take? Yeah, okay, see ya. You know. I'll accept it from my doctor, if I had a doctor, which I don't, but not from some random artist friend or whatever, right? Anyway, yeah. Ranty. So who's ranting now, eh? I am. Anyway, so that's the latest news out of Canada. There's really interesting things with this Klaus Schwab thing, who's straight out of a freaking Bond movie, the villain one. He's talking about how all these people are in, what's the word he said? Did he say embedded or implant? I don't know what he said, but like all these sort of cabinet ministers and governments are in line with the Davos bunch, you know, philosophically and all that. Trudeau, Jacinda Ardern for sure, and I'm pretty sure Ardern and Macron and who's the German chancellor? Anyway, that they're actually went to like World Economic Forum camp or something. Jesus Christ, man. Fucking hell. Excuse my language. Anyway. Yeah, anyway, so that's enough for now. That's enough for that. I'm gonna go back into personal life. So I picked up some coffee beans from the trees on the bit of land that the house I live on is on. I don't want to say my house or my land. It's not my land, not my house. Anyway, so I'm stumbling. But yeah, so I picked the coffee trees. I might get a kilo of coffee out of it. I want to learn how to process coffee. Is the gist of it. I mean, it's there, and so doing the wet process, of course, because there's a stream right by me. And yeah, it's interesting. Really cool. So maybe next year I'll do more. Actually, my neighbors have whole hillsides with coffee beans, and it looks to me like they didn't pick them this year. I think it's because right now is like, or not just now, but earlier, a little bit earlier, was prime picking time, but it's also prime, you know, tourist time, and they all have homestays now, and, you know, can't blame them, right? They're making a couple thousand baht a day from people staying over. At least that, you know, in some cases. You know, picking coffee gets, I really like it. It's very contemplative, but it ain't something that pulls in a lot of cash, I'd say. You know. Anyway, so, but their trees are all, I was just looking on the way up here, and they're like, oh, there's cherries on here. Maybe they're all too old now, but maybe next year I'll ask them if I can, I don't know if that's okay to ask or not. Maybe. I'll just ask if they're picking their coffee trees. Anyway, whatever. So at least it's good to learn, right? Because you never know when the zombie apocalypse come in. And if there's a zombie apocalypse, you definitely want coffee. I'm down, you know, full on. If you don't have coffee, there's just no getting through that sort of thing, I'd say. So at least now I know how to freaking process. And I've been roasting coffee for, geez, I don't know, probably 18 years, right? So the roasting part just do. I do it here too. I buy my green coffee on the road. There's roads that go up to the mountains. So there's one sort of road, Tapsadet Road, which is to the north of here. And there's a place called Pelor that I buy my green coffee. And I used to get it at a place here, but oh, look at this. Look at this. Speaking of coffee, here it is, just sitting on the trail. See that? So I'm not sure where that came. That could have come from someone's pack, but I don't think so. It could have come just from someone dropping it, but it could be the civets, right? Because civets here, the civets that live in the mountains here, and they eat the coffee cherries, right? And then they shit them out, and then you can drink the coffee. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe that's civet, but usually there's I guess it might be civet coffee and the poo has been washed away from rains and stuff. That could be it. Because usually like the coffee beans are in the poo, kind of. I've seen it around before. Yeah. Anyway, I'm coming to the end of the trail. This is usually where I stop. I still have another kilometer or so on the small road that goes down the mountain to my place. Anyway, so there you go. Let's see what happens this week. Alperton. See you on the flip side. Get out in the sun if you can. Be in nature. And also, what does Heather Hines say? Eat good food. Spend time with those you love. What else do you need, right? Good water. Clean air if you can get it. Wonderful. Some piece of time is up with her. I think it's her nephew's place. Not sure. But anyway, relative. She's piece of time is down there. But I just came and chatted with them. We always make jokes about COVID. Like whether we have it. Me COVID, my me. Or me teeny. Anyway. So anyway, I have she gave me some oranges. So basically, Jesus, Packer's pushing my pants down my ass a bit. I hope they stay up before I get home. I feel like I need to add something to today's water walk. Because what happens is, this is how it's been. Sawadee ka! What happens is, I gotta lift my pants up. I do a film of me getting in the water, very peaceful, hear the birds, etc. Then I do some rant about Canada or whatever. The West, right? And so I just was at there's like someone built a place, a little home, not a homestay, a little kind of tiny lodge, like with 2 rooms. And I was talking with the woman that runs that with her daughter and husband. They gave me a coffee and then I saw a piece of time. She gave me oranges. And just, it's not about giving, it's about the interchange, right? And I don't need a reminder about how much I love living here and how, I don't know what to say other than how, I mean, I live in a small village, right? So that's the thing too. It's not a big city. So anyway, but how beautiful the people are. Like, I know generalizations are tricky, but look, it's just so wonderful. And so like today, I just did my rant on Canada and the insanity of Canada and many Canadians and all that. But today, I'm now walking home, gonna have a bit of lunch. I think bacon and eggs today. And Sawadee ka! Sawadee mai ka! And then I'm gonna start working on this guitar. I have a new commission, so I'm working on a new guitar. So that's my life daily, right? And then tomorrow I'm gonna meet my mom for lunch and do kendo and have kendo on Sunday morning and Monday again. It's like a freaking incredible life I got set up at the moment. And I have to enjoy it as it is, right? Sawadee ka! Sawadee mai. ฉันทำเองวิดีโอคิดว่าที่นี่สวยมากใช่ไหมเงียบๆ enjoy bye bye ค่ะ yeah. Speaking what do you call that, code switching, half English half Thai and throwing some words and anyway yeah, so that's my daily life, right? I do read a lot of stuff because anyway, it's a real interesting mix of things, and somehow I'm not sure if I could cope with what appears to me to be insane, totalitarian, all that crap, right? I'm not sure if I could cope with diving into it as what I think is as deeply as I do. Is it deeply? Anyway, as much as I do, we'll see. I don't know if it goes say deeply, but it's a fair bit. And most of it I just throw on Facebook, right? Anyway, so yeah, so that's my actual life, right? Once a week I do these sort of public rants, and I don't know, 20 people watch them or something. So, you know, I guess Facebook's not too worried about me. But then, you know, my daily life is just so, anyway, I'm just so lucky and so content, I don't know, grateful, I guess, contented, anyway. But this awareness of the fortune that I've found, fortune of living, right? It's not a fortune in money or anything, but this fortune of being able to live like this, and it's been so, I don't know, that's it. Like everyone I'm passing by here, we're smiling and talking, you know. Some are wearing masks, some aren't. No one cares, no one seems to care. Anyway, I guess that's it. I just want to make that clear, you know? Okay, so anyway, I'll see ya. Have a great day. Ciao. Look at that sky. Holy jeez.